Good morning, it's Barbara and Dennis and Pearl. Maisie is probably upstairs with Aura, or else she's outside in the rain, because it is raining and I am going to be inside. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. My phone is telling me that I'm going to have to clear it off, or else I'm going to stop recording in 52 minutes, but I'm not going to talk that long. Maybe I'll do that today. I was trying to think, what am I going to do today? Well, I peeled the lemons yesterday, so I will be making lemon juice today. And I will be clearing the videos off my phone. I don't keep these videos. I sort my videos by size, and then I check the time stamp on the video, and if it's before noon, I just delete it. I figure, you'll see it. It's like Snapchat, once you see it, it goes away. But it's not true, because it's going to stay on YouTube until YouTube decides it's not. Anyway, that's what I'm doing today, clearing off my phone and making my lemon juice. That's all I can think about. Having a conversation with Christy this morning. She is flying in tomorrow night, but unfortunately, the hurricane is going to be heading in her direction, and she will be flying into a hurricane. Well, she won't, because they won't fly. So we're anticipating lots of delays. Luckily, she has plenty of time, because she was coming tomorrow night, and the service isn't until Sunday afternoon. So even if they delay her a lot, she should still be able to get here in time. And that's what we're hoping for. And hoping it's not too frustrating and annoying. Anyway, so yeah, I have a little straightening up to do. Maybe I'll wash her sheets today. That's what I'll do. That'll send the good mojo to the weather. See, I'm washing the sheets in anticipation of her arriving. You see Pearl, she's right there. Oh. That's actually Dennis's foot. Never mind. But she is right there, ready to give Dennis the Frisbee in case he gets the urge to throw it outside. She doesn't care if it's raining if she's chasing her Frisbee. So anyway, I'm just going to put her a little bit today. I don't have any other big plans. I did order the flowers for my mother's service yesterday, and so that's taken care of. I never got a call back from the church. I had called them to try to see, what makes sense in terms of, do I get a spray on a stand, or do they have a table, or I never got a call back. So the florist took care of it, and it's going to be fine. So that's what's going on today. Needless to say, with the weather, I'm feeling a little blue. Oh, can you see the flowers? I bought flowers yesterday. We went to the store, and they had big, beautiful local bouquets right in the front. So they got me. It was a dreary day. It's when you need it's flowers, right? I do. So Aura and I have flowers in front of us when we're sitting in the living room. So I finished binge watching The Glory. It actually took longer than I expected, and but I did some fast forwarding. Not nearly as much fast forwarding towards the end as there was toward the beginning. But I think I might have forgotten to do yesterday's Wordle. Oh dear. I didn't send, the New York Times doesn't have my email address, so I can no longer see my stats and stuff. If you don't give them your email address, you can't see, how often you've been right and blah, blah, blah. So I just do it for the Wordle. I do another one from the New York Times pile of things called Connections, which is fun. My brother turned me on to that one. And it's 16 different words, and you have to figure out how sets of 4 are connected. And you have 4 tries or 5 tries. Anyway, I do that one too, and I enjoy that a lot. But it's just once a day. I actually did text Christy the other day and ask her for suggestions on games for my phone, because I just felt like I just want to do something so totally mind-numbing that I couldn't, you know, because I just wanted the time to pass. But she said the only thing she ever played on her phone was Candy Crush. I got a couple word games that were okay, not great, and then, but every two things you have a commercial, and it drives me crazy, so I deleted them. Rainy, dreary day. See, now I'm looking away. I'm looking out the window. There's nothing out there to see except a rainy, dreary day. But that's me looking around. Looking for inspiration, I guess, because, I was sitting there like, I don't really have anything to say today. Of course, it doesn't stop me talking almost 6 minutes. So keep your fingers crossed that, what's the name of this hurricane? Helene. That Helene doesn't mess up Christy's travel too much, and as if that's the most important thing Helene could mess up. I mean, heck, they're talking about who knows what's going to happen in New Orleans, because the Mississippi Basin is going to be inundated. They're talking about a foot of rain along the way. Anyway, it's coming up through the panhandle of Florida, up through Georgia. And of course, Christy's flying through Atlanta. But Christy having a bad travel day is not the worst thing that could happen with this hurricane, and I know it. I can send good thoughts to everybody. Mother Nature is not happy. I think that's pretty clear. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. But it's easy for me, because I live in a strong, sturdy house. I don't have to worry. I live in a place that's not likely to be damaged by hurricanes. Although lately we've been having tornadoes in our area and stuff, We never used to have tornadoes very often, and now we hear about them more. I am on a hill, so I'm not likely to be flooded. And our aquifer is growing, so I'm not likely to have a drought. That causes a problem with my water, so I'm in a lucky spot. Not by happenstance. I mean, when Dennis and I retired, we sat there and talked and said, we're retired. We could live anywhere, which was totally a lie, because we had 4 parents still alive at that time. And they were around here, and so, how far can you go when you have elderly parents? But we've been telling Aura, get ready, we're moving you to Uruguay. We're kind of joking. I mean, we are joking. We're not moving Aura, but she's the last parent left in this equation. So anyway, we were thinking about it, and I'm like, well, we really can't go a lot of places. And Dennis is very, pays close attention to many, many, many things. And he said, water's going to be the big thing coming forward in the next decade, like oil was in the last decade. And the water is going to become scarce, and because of climate change, water patterns are going to change in the world, and climate patterns are going to change. And we're living in a... You just made it. We're living in a place where we are unlikely to have a water shortage. And so he thought, maybe we'll just stay here. It's a beautiful place. We have a house. We got parents around. And we're going to have enough water. And I think he's right. When Aura passes, we can always reconsider. But then we'll have to take the kids. Everybody, we'll have to move everybody to Uruguay. I'll have to learn Spanish, which I'm happy to do. It'll be easier if I'm living there than it is, Vicky does Duolingo. She's been doing Spanish Duolingo for I don't even know how long, 1,400 days in a row or some huge number. sort of like, you know, vlogging. So she's learning Spanish. She's looking forward to a vacation she is taking to Mexico soon, and she'll get to use her Spanish. That'll be fun. But anyway, meanwhile, we're here in part because we got enough water. There'll be places soon tomorrow and the next day that are going to have too much water, but you know, what are you going to do? Okay, that's it. I'm done. Ramble. Please take good care of yourselves. Sending all my healing thoughts all over the world. There are so many people who could use a little healing thought boost. I don't know how powerful they are, but they're all I've got. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.